First of all, I want to welcome all of those who are joining us. For those who don't know, I'm Dr. Willie Jolly, and you are
Uh, I'm
D,
Dee Taylor-Jolley.
and we're the authors of the
I'm his
book
sidekick.
Make Love, Make Money,
Make it last.
Make It Last 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. I want to also welcome those who we've been talking to. We did a show last week with Reverend Letty Carr, and we were on her prayer program, and we talked about marriage. Terrence wants to thank you, Dee, for information on listening. Okay.
Did you get some books? What'd you do? Tell me what you did.
She want to know. Anyway, welcome to Lou. What's up, Lou? My dog from Durham, Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. What's up, dog? What's up? So we're glad y'all are here. Let me tell you, I'm very excited. I got to share this picture with you that was sent to us this week, and it's fantastic. It was a blessing when I got it. I said to Dee, I said, look at this. Uh, we got a picture from Natalie Renee
Oh,
and her husband, and this is a picture of them. Uh,
I don't know what that is.
I can't. I guess I can't touch that. There you go. Natalie Renee and her husband reading the book in bed. The two of them. She's taking the picture. They both have books. He's reading hers and she's holding hers up. Is that great or is that great? That is great. So I hope y'all can see that. That is a great picture that we really like. That they're committed to their marriage and they're reading the book. So he's a pastor and she's an HR professional, and they got two little children, and they're investing into their marriage. And that's what we want to encourage people to do. Invest in your marriage. It really does. Cary, that's right. Lewis from Cary. There you go. From Cary, North Carolina. So we got, hey, Greg Kazera. Hope you and your beautiful bride down in West Virginia doing good. I'm wearing my shirt today from the Delray Beach Marriott. And I was thinking today, it's snowing. I looked outside today. We got our first, amount of snow here in Washington, and I said,
didn't know that.
"Yeah, you've been asleep." And so she gets up.
No. You can't say that gives the impression I was asleep all day.
No, you've been asleep this evening while it was snowing.
I did take a nap. So it snowed this evening?
Yeah, this evening. But she gets up at like dark zero. What do they call it? Dark.
They normally say dark 30.
Dark
really
30. That's what.
About 5 a.m.
5 a.m. And I'm saying, why are you getting up that early? What's up with that? So, okay, Instagram folks, I'm gonna have to pause you for a second because we're getting a little challenge. I'll be right back with y'all. Here we go. Instagram. We're gonna keep you going, but I got to do it a little different. Here we go, because we're about out of. Nope. There we go. There we go. All right, Instagram
Lord
folks.
have mercy.
I had to give y'all a little juice because the juice was going and it was about to go out. Okay, y'all. Okay. All right. Now we got juice. All right. So anyway, I wore my shirt because I want to get a little feeling of Delray Beach, Florida. That's where we were a couple
We
winters.
escaped there.
We escaped there during a
Maybe
blizzard.
it was 2 years ago when
Yeah.
there was a snow or blizzard coming.
There was a
this
blizzard
way.
coming. We got out of Dodge and said, let's
we
go.
escaped there because you were scheduled to speak somewhere else, and we wanted to make sure that we
I was
could
supposed
get
to be
out
in
of
Vegas.
town. Yeah, so we escaped to Florida for
And we
like
were
4 or 5 days.
Yeah, for a week, almost a week before we had to go to Vegas. But we had a great time. Anyway, I thought I remind myself of the warmth of Florida. And anybody who's jumping in from Florida, we want to say, I wish I was there. But then again, I like being in the house here. We got a little compound here in our house. By compound, I mean that we got 4 floors in our home that we work out of. I do my radio shows out of. I do my speaking events out of. And we work out. Okay? And she's happy because we're working out in the house. And anyway,
I'm not exposed to other people.
when
That's why I'm happy.
when are you coming out of the house now?
I did say 2024, and it does look like that's going to be the year. The way everything is going with the different strains now, you got South Africa, you got Brazil. It's like, I just might as well stay in. And you can't get online. Everybody we know. Oh, I got the vaccine. Well, how'd you get the vaccine? Well, you gotta know somebody. Isn't that terrible? You gotta know somebody. You get on the list. You call. You email. You can't get on the list. You call. I'm calling number 364 in the queue, and by the time you get through, all the slots are gone. Is anybody else having that kind of challenge with getting on the list? And then you get some smart person who sends you an email and says, "Did you get the vaccine yet?" I'm like, "No, I got the vaccine."
So we are working and waiting to get out time for the vaccine. So that implies and says to you very clearly, yes, we are taking the vaccine. I've had people. Okay, Linda, when you come up, we'll take you on a tour. When this thing is over, we're going to take you on a tour of the home, and that'll be our pleasure. Now, this week, hopefully y'all are on my newsletter at winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com. If you're not, go to the winwithwillie.com and sign up for my newsletter. Every day I send out a 1-minute motivational message, and today's got a lot of responses about the song We'll Get Through This. That'll be also at winwithwillie.com. And they coincide with my daily syndicated radio show on Radio 1 on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell show. But later in the week, I'm talking about vaccines. I'm talking about vaccines.
And you know what is controversial?
It's controversial.
We've
already gotten calls from people who had got pre-release copies or heard about it. I don't know how they heard about it. Maybe they saw something, but they know
but you said it. Yeah. And we got calls. Don't take it.
Don't take that vaccine. No. I'm taking the vaccine. Okay, let me tell you why I'm taking the vaccine and what I will tell the group later this week. That, of course, I had the concerns. I had the trepidation, the hesitation, the thought, because often in our community, people of color have been the guinea pigs, have been the ones who've gotten all of the tricky stuff. But let me tell you why I'm taking the vaccine. I was on a prayer call a couple weeks ago, and they asked us to pray for a man who had gone to visit his father for Thanksgiving. He's been in the house. He said he's been in the house most of the time, all the time for a couple of weeks. Most of the time, but not 100%, but he was most of the time, and he felt comfortable. He didn't feel sick. He had no temperature. He went to visit his father, who had been in in a bubble for 10 months, and they had a great visit for a few days, and then he went back home. And when he got back home, he started feeling some symptoms. He called his father. His father was sick. And this young man, or this man, he ended up having a mild case of coronavirus. His father died. His father died. And they said, pray for him. He's inconsolable. He is inconsolable because his father was his best friend. And at that moment, I said, I'm taking this vaccine. I've talked to people who said, yeah, I've had a sore arm, or I've had a little bit of uncomfortability or discomfort for a couple of days. But I haven't talked to anybody or know anybody who died, okay? And we know that over 400,000 people have died. But then beyond that, here was the reason that made me say it. I can deal with the discomfort. I could deal with a reaction. I've had a reaction from a shot before, but they gave me a quick shot, reaction went away. But I could not deal with coming home and infecting my wife, or infecting my son, or one of my friends, and they dying. No, I can't do that. And that couldn't do that. So I had made up my mind. I'm taking it. I'm taking it because this is more important. Now, Lou says we need to come to North Carolina because they got vaccination. He got vaccinated and due for second shot February 10th.
Wow.
Way to go, Lou.
Congratulations.
And
DC is a mess.
the DC is slow. Well, we can't get enough. DC just, because we're not a state, we can't get enough of the
We have not gotten
first.
our,
And Greg
fair share.
and Linda
of
got
that.
their number one injection. Hey, Jeffrey Hart's
Wow,
on. Hey,
that's
Jay Hart.
good.
So, you know, we
That's encouraging.
yeah, so we're gonna keep trying, but I'm gonna
But
promote.
I'm not going out anywhere anyway.
Yeah, but I'm keep promoting
not gonna go
via my radio show whether I've
Wow.
had it or not to take it. And then when I take it, y'all gonna see me online. I'm gonna tell Dee to hold the camera while I take it and smile. Okay, let's talk about.
But that is great. It's
Yeah.
good to know that so many people we know are actually getting it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a hopeless situation.
Absolutely. So a couple of funny things that I got to share with y'all. We're going to be, I'm at a conference this week, and the conference is I told y'all one of our goals, that's what we want y'all to keep telling people about what we're doing. One of our goals here is to show you this show. One couple of things. We're changing the name. I'm going to show y'all this. This is so good. Yeah, I got to show you this. This is so good. This is good, D. You're going to enjoy it. Make love, make it last. Now, we're going to talk about relations. Now, hey, this is Dr. Willie Jolley.
And this is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
And we're the authors of the book, Make Love,
Make Money,
Make It Last. Now, we're going to talk about relations. Now, if you remember the movie, The Nutty Professor, Eddie Murphy played a number of parts. And one of those characters he played was an old lady who was talking about, I want relations. I want relations with that man on the television, that newsman. Now, relations are a part of marriage.
Our topic is cooped up, anxious, can't sleep. What are we going to do now?
What do you do now? I want to get to the sex part because there's a sex part here, and I want to get right to
That's
that.
all he's ever interested in, by the way.
Yeah.
So here we go. When we don't get enough sleep, Willie Jolley, when we don't get enough sleep, we have problems.
Okay.
Okay, some of the problems
Yep.
we already know it weakens our immune system.
Yeah.
Lastly, there's a drop in sex drive.
Hello! That's what I wanted to get to. The drop in the sex drive if you don't get enough sleep. I'm going to bed right now.
So if you're not well rested, it can have an adverse effect on your sex
I'm
life.
going to get me some sleep right now, but I don't want nothing to be messing with that. Hello! I respect her. I tell people often the reason that I married her. Now she's gorgeous, she's sexy, but she's smart. And that's what I told her the other day. Didn't I tell you that the other day? I said,
You're trying to get something from me. That's why you said that.
well, maybe. So here's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about tonight what happens when it takes two to tango.
But one doesn't want to dance.
That's what we're talking about tonight, that in a relationship it takes two to tango, but one might not want to dance. How do you handle that? We're going to talk about you've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling.
So the question is, have you lost that love and feeling? Keeping the passion alive can be a problem for couples who've been married for a while.
Wow.
So think about this. If there's no passion, there's no intimacy, and probably no sex.
Help me, somebody!
Jolley out.
How y'all like that? How do you like that? Give me some love here. How do y'all like that? That's like a little sizzle reel. I told you I'm going to this conference and I'm taking that. I want y'all's thought. Two things we want to thought on. One, how you like that little sizzle reel? Did that get your attention? It's only 2 minutes, 30 seconds. But second, we're changing the name of this broadcast over the next, we're going to be in the process of changing it from Happily Married Monday with the Jollies to Dr. Willie Jolley and Dee Jolley present Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last.
And I just think y'all should pray for me.
The broadcast. How y'all like that? So one, the new name, and how you like that sizzle reel. Give me some love. Give me some thoughts. Let's see.
So you should say when you're working on whatever this is that's making you even more hyper, You're actually attending a conference all week. He's already.
Woo!
And it's called
Real Screen.
He's at a conference.
It's a virtual conference, and it's people from all over the world who do television. People from all the major networks.
Very efficient. So I've just kind of looked in once or twice, but you've been busy with it all day. I think it's making you even more hyper.
Is it possible?
I didn't think it was possible, but so it would appear. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Woo, okay, let's talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. In the 12 minutes we got left is the division of labor. The division of labor. One of the number one problems in marriage, according to statistics and research, is the division of labor. And so, sharing the power, bearing the load. I like that, Dee. That was good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so I wanted to do that is particularly because I knew it was a topic, but I want y'all to look at the kitchen. Our kitchen.
He cleaned up the kitchen.
But ho. Not only did I clean up the kitchen, what else?
He cooked dinner.
Hello! I cooked salmon, baked salmon, blackened salmon. Mwah! All right, and so I cooked and I cleaned up the kitchen. I put away everything, and I wanted to talk about that because I have not always been a person to do that. Okay, I never cleaned the kitchen when I was growing up. Well, I really did the kitchen. We didn't do a whole lot of cleaning.
I'm not going to go there. Your mother was an absolutely wonderful sweetheart. She had 2 wild boys. I don't know how she did it. I think because she just gave up on cleaning and organizing. She just said, whatever. I'll just love them through whatever. Had all the people in all the time. Just always a hot mess. So, a lot to be admired with my Jolley because she was very, very patient. So you just kind of overlooked that everything was a hot mess. So, even though you guys had a housekeeper. And I said to you, I was like, I don't know what the housekeeper does. Because it's still jacked up.
Mama would, after she throw the stuff out, Mama go get it. Anyway, so I say that to say I wasn't always one who was doing a lot of cleaning, and so over the years though,
or organizing,
but I now make up the bed every morning, don't I?
Yes, you do.
All right, and I put the pillows the way you like them all over, and then I move my clothes and put them in my closet.
That's because.
Why do I do it? Tell me because.
That's because I conditioned you.
Woo! Mm-hmm. Talk about it. That's what I wanted to get to. Mm-hmm. Why I do what I do.
When you talk about a little bit of research, even with modern relationships where spouses both work, labor, the division of labor is uneven.
It's uneven?
Yeah, it's uneven.
Oh.
And women still take on more of the responsibility, and the research says it's more mental than anything else. It's kind of like, okay, even though you're bringing home the bacon and you cooking it up in the pan, doing all those things, whoever song that was, still women take on a much more traditional and take on more responsibility.
And today on the Today Show, there was a piece about a woman, or maybe it was the third hour of today, a woman, I just walking by, was being interviewed, who is a television exec, who said she had to write a paper that has gotten a lot of buzz because she talked about the fact that in this pandemic, women have taken a higher level of not only the household activity, but also teaching of the kids, and they're working women. It reminded me of something my friend John Alston from LA used to say. He said, the average person, they get up, they go to work, they come home, they go to bed. They get up, they go to work, they go home, they go to bed. Unless they are a working mother who get up, go to work, come home, go to work, then go to bed. And he said there was always more called on for the working mom. And so what we wanted to talk about is how we got past that issue, so that that arguing, because there's a lot of arguments. Statistics show is one of the top problems of creating arguments.
Did we argue?
No, because you conditioned me early on. I didn't fight it. Okay?
You didn't fight it.
I did not fight it.
That's a key point. So
Yeah.
why didn't you fight it?
Well, first of all, was I was very I was very excited about.
Because you're an easygoing person. Number
Well,
one, I think.
I think it's more than that. I think that
Even though you're sloppy.
I was sloppy, but you conditioned me, and she used sex to condition me. I will go ahead and call it. And then I wanted.
Sex is a tool for everything with you, Willie.
Hello.
So
Hello.
So
Anybody there? Knock knock. Okay, go ahead.
So point number one, the influence is very important, but you have to find, you have to study your mate and find out what it is that would positively influence them in the direction that you want them to go.
So
For
nagging.
all of them, it might not be sex. It
That's
might be conversation. It might be food. We don't know.
That's why you know what
gotta
turns them
study.
on. That's right.
So you got to study your mate to identify what's important to them, and then work at providing it. But you said something earlier about how nagging doesn't work.
Well, nagging doesn't
work. I don't think I ever really did that. I watched how my mom handled my dad too.
Yeah.
But it's,
well, once or twice early on, you were a little naggy, and I said that's not gonna work.
But you said that doesn't work.
That doesn't work, and she heard it. I didn't have to say it 5-10 times. I said that doesn't work, and it did, because she then went back to remembered her mother. Her mother did never nag, but her mother ran the place, and her father did whatever Lily Mae said.
But he enjoyed the fact that she handled everything.
Everything.
She let him be the king of the castle.
That's why I started off with, if I was the king of the jungle, not Prince.
So you really have to know. You really have to study your mate, because sometimes your mate can just be absolutely outrageous. And you have to decide, how am I going to deal with this? Now, sometimes when you marry them, you know that from the beginning. Sometimes this outrageousness kind of develops over time, and you have to figure out, how am I going to handle this?
Okay, Terrence asked the question, how important is it for the marriage unit to pray together? Extremely important. Let me put it like that. Taking prayer time. But, that doesn't erase that each one got to do their part. Okay, you can pray and then say, okay, you go cook and you go clean and you go do.
Well, okay, what do you know what? Two things I've been studying. For 21 days in January, I did we were on a prayer call. I was on a prayer call when we had fasting and prayer with the women's group at church. And two words that came to mind: words and worship. So you can be praying, but if you're not really worshiping, sometimes that can be very different. So if you're not worshiping together, if you're not on the same page and learning together, you can pray all you want. What are you praying about? That she will go and wash the clothes, take care of the kids and everything, and you're going to do something else.
And you're going to watch TV and look and put your feet up.
So you really have to study each other and have compassion and learn what is important to the other person, and then be willing to adjust. Prayer helps. The thing about prayer is that prayer changes you.
Parents. Yeah.
It's for me, prayer changes me and makes me more understanding and compassionate. Prayer is not, I'm praying, but it's not changing Willie. The prayer is changing me and adjusting my heart and making me see myself in my own limitations, which then makes me more patient in terms of dealing with him and seeing the humor that I am married to somebody who is just outrageous. He's funny, all those other things, as well as other challenges, but it makes me appreciative. So yes,
hey Keith,
pray together.
And we got Keith. He's a cousin of mine.
Hey Keith,
from Aunt Natla's nephew from Charlottesville.
Oh.
Good to see you. Love you. God bless you. Tell James and George I said hey. Now, one more thing I want to say. I want y'all to write this one down. Words are wonderful. Deeds are divine. That's good. Words are wonderful. Deeds are divine.
So deeds refers to what you do for
another. There you go. And we got to do more than talk it. We got to do it. And so I could say all day long, I'm going to do, or I should do, I think it's good to do, but me telling her tonight, she put the salmon
I did I
marinated.
marinated it
Yes,
actually
yesterday.
yesterday, but he was still fasting.
Yeah.
So he had given up sweets and meat, and so I didn't cook it. I said I will marinate it for you. And so he did all the cooking and everything today.
Yep. And so what that says is we have made a commitment that in our marriage that we're going to not just have the words, we're going to have the actions to go with them, and that we're going to make a commitment that we're going to do the hard work. You know, and by hard work, you know, people say that marriage is hard work. Well, by hard work, I mean it's work, but it means the hard work is on me. Not most of them on her. It's on me doing my part, holding up my end.
But if each person is doing their part,
Yep.
then it is enjoyable. And that's why I'm saying that the prayer and the study changes you. It doesn't change the other person.
And so
it can change your perspective of how you see the world.
So in the book, we talked to a couple, and they had been married 50 years, and they talked about sharing the power. Sharing the power, sharing the responsibility, sharing everything. Now, he said that many times people don't share the power. One person is in power, one is not. But the greatest marriages are like a seesaw where the power vacillates, it changes. So one day I got the power, one day she got the power.
So why don't we ask, how do you share your power, or how do you have a division of labor, or do you have a division of labor?
Yeah.
Or does somebody have a maid, which is what I wish I had? So
no, you don't wish, because she come in here. We had a housekeeper.
We did before the pandemic. We did.
Right.
We had a housekeeper, but I had to get everything organized before the housekeeper got here. That's
what happened to the housekeeper? Story. Nobody's been up in here. No,
I became the housekeeper too.
Nobody.
But that's okay, because I figured out a whole system.
Nobody.
I figured out a system as to how I would clean. I cleaned the bathrooms one day. I cleaned one floor one day. You know, and that's like on Saturday and Sunday. So I got it together.
Well,
and I clean and think. So it's a whole nother system to that too. So how do you guys share the load, share the power? And we do that. Our division of labor and the sharing of power extends to the business too, because we are in business together. And that today, so for a couple of days, you're doing real screen and everything, and I'm over there doing year-end CPA, bookkeeper, and all those things that deal with numbers.
Yeah.
And then I bring, here are the results, here's what I recommend that we do, here are the financials and all of that. So we really do have divisions of labor personally as well as business-wise. But I think the division of labor now personally is really very easy. It's kind of like a seesaw. We just kind of complement each other.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. So look, our time is up. We want to thank you for your time. You know, we try and keep it to 30 minutes.
Oh, I got something I want to say. This was a question that came up because I'm always looking for
going a little long today, folks. Going a little long.
That's because you were long-winded in the beginning.
I played my video. Okay.
Okay. So I was visiting this site and they had a question. And I thought this is really good. Do you and your spouse have an alternative when one of you is not in the mood for sex? I thought that was a good question to ask.
Interesting.
Do you and your spouse have an alternative for when one of you is not in the mood for sex? I thought we had never really discussed that. Why are you laughing? Okay, so here it is.
I can't say what I think. So what do you do when you can't get some? Oh, Lord! Oh, go ahead.
So 10% said yes, they do have a strategy. I was like, I want to know what that is.
Yeah.
32% said no, they had no alternative if one party doesn't want to have sex, it's not in the mood. 14% said, I wish we had a strategy. 2% said, we used to have a strategy. And 42% of the people said, not sure what a backup plan could be. I said, I like that. I'm not even sure what a backup plan
that goes to chapter number 8 in the book. Remember, when you go to get the book, go to jollymarriage.com, jollymarriage.com. If you don't have the book, get the book there. It'd be like Natalie Renee and her husband, Khalil. They bought 2 copies so they could read it together and talk about it.
Communication, I think, is the most important part. Communication deals with the sex, the money, and the relationship.
But chapter number 8 talks about sex, headaches, and other lies. and we'll close on this. And my friend Jane Herlong says it's still the same today. She said she's been married for 40 years, and her mama told her on her wedding day, don't ever tell that lie that you got a headache. She said, because when you do, remember there's someone, some woman, somewhere with an aspirin in her pocketbook. Folks, we gotta go. I don't know what people do when they don't do it, but when they can't work it out, we know that it's best to work it out, go through it, and enjoy the process. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
And this is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
We are the Jollies, the authors of the book, Make Love.
Make Money.
Make It Last. 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. Go to jollymarriage.com. Get your copies. And remember, we'll see you next week, God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Get your vaccine.
We're going to get out as soon as we can. Jill said they need some in Pittsburgh. We got to maybe go down to North Carolina with Lou and get hooked up. All right, look, we got to go. Our time is up. Thank y'all. Stay connected and be strong and safe. Stay.
Jolly out.
Jolly out. God bless you. Bye.